It's another stupid episode. In reality, in life, most things are stupid. And then you die. It is what it is. You come here, something happens. Uh, all I can recommend is to limit your alcohol content. I try to avoid it totally, but limit it. Limit it. Don't do drugs. Uh, be very wary of pharmaceutical drugs, even with a prescription. Um, Try to hydrate. Purify your water as best you can. Brita, but there's stuff better than Brita, but Brita's better than nothing. But zero water is probably one of the best for at-home use. I don't recommend people doing degenerate things like watching pornography. It's just degenerate. Now, the things I post in the background, I'm mocking what's going on in this world, TikTok and YouTube, because YouTube has decided that tobacco is dangerous. So I get no more advertising money. My favorite bot is here, Caleb. I get none of that. I can't even get donations. That's okay. Look, all good things come to an end. That Tobacco is evil. It's evil, and I think pretty soon we're not even be able to do this. Um, in fact, I think probably very soon they probably will stop lives with cigars. This is how you cook a frog slowly, so it doesn't jump out the pot. But like, I guess Richie's an aware frog, and it's 11 p.m. They played with the clocks, so maybe people are kind of messed up. I was going to smoke the Andalusian Bull today, and it really was going to be Bull Monday, but and I think it is a full moon almost. But PG fucked that up. He was supposed to not originally, but then he said, "Oh, he's gonna come on down. We're gonna smoke it together." But then he called me before. At least I appreciate that. And he said, "You won't be able to make it. Maybe later." So it's a long cigar, and so it's gonna be maybe if we do it tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna smoke it tomorrow either way. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. If we can smoke it together tomorrow, then great. Um, but you were in luck, PG, because when you called me, I was out of the gym. But I did pick up 2 cigars today, so I was able to save the bull, the Andalusian bull, that gets a lot of hate. You know, look, I'm not crazy about this. I wish that this would have came out with a traditional size Toro, even a big Toro, 6x54. Um, I'm not going to go into the bull right now. This is a Connecticut broadleaf. Um, and here's the thing: comparative to last night's Liga number 9, um, it is a similar color darkness. Although I don't have them compared side by side, but you'd have to compare a whole box to a whole box because within the one box you can have range. Um, it is a very well made cigar. At the end of the day, if you never heard of Foundation Cigars, I don't know where you've been. They're not a boutique brand. They're a big enough brand that they've been around for a while. It's not like Monte Cristo or General or something like that, but um, it's an extension of the AJ line. They really never talk. I would say the most shielded brand and cigars that maybe a lot of people don't realize or give a shit and don't really consider them AJ Fernandez cigars is Tabernacle. Because the owner of Tabernacle, Nick Malio, was a true lover of the leaf, and he really is great at. It really is great at blending. So he has his own ideas with his program, which I celebrate that. So I'm not knocking AJ at all, but what I'm saying is AJ has his winning formula, and his parameters that most people when they work with AJ, it's just another AJ. There's nothing wrong with that, but at least you're getting the AJ quality and reliability. You look at that foot; that thing is cut razor sharp. The pack, it is a nice cigar. This is a Toro. I think it's 6x52. Let me get to it without further ado. Mexican San Andreas. binder, and the filler is going to be all Nicaraguan. So if you look at the blend, it should be stronger, heavier, but in probably some places more direct and simpler, though, more assertive than the Liga number nine. Liga number nine has Honduran tobacco and some Brazilian tobacco. So now, remember the one I smoked yesterday um, was much larger than this. It was like a 7 by 54, and we're just chilling, bro. We're gonna smoke cigars and then make like dick jokes. It's a cigar lounge. That's all it is. Maybe some people will come on. I don't know. Are you a bot? Are bots allowed to have cigars? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do? So I can't directly compare it to last night's Liga, even though both cigars are in similar categories. Luxury Connecticut broadleaf cigars that are both well renowned. Obviously, the Liga is more well renowned, it's been out longer, and I would say the Liga had a bigger effect. Liga probably was one of the biggest. Liga and the Anejo, but Anejo no one really talks about. Anejo's a high end Fuente. That's using some Opus tobacco in the filler. No one really talks about Anejo as broadleaf, even though it is broadleaf Connecticut. It's a high end Fuente. But when you say Liga number nine, it's Connecticut broadleaf. It's just the way it worked out. Okay. Um, the Anejo's not as strong as the Liga or the Tabernacle, or as heavy or as dark. Why? Because it's using a lot of Dominican tobacco, which pushing the broadleaf, um, it pushes it differently. The Anejo's got some magic to it with that real aged tobacco, and it has some great, beautiful flavor and a nice, long and slow buildup. So the Anejo's a great cigar, but it's a different vibe. Different vibe. I swear, matches get smaller and smaller and they burn faster and faster. Matches and eggs are the opposite. The price of eggs keep going up and the matches keep getting smaller. I didn't know this is how the world ends. This is it. The end of the world. Shit matches and 80-cent eggs. Ah, piece of shit. Here we go. Soft, gentle heat, baby. Be careful with those jet lighters. I don't recommend them. You see, I'm not wearing a jacket. We got some warmer weather. We got some thick Lajero in the center that's taking long at watch. I'm going to puff on that. You can always tell where the Lajero is. I will say this. Now, remember, though, last night's cigar was 7 by 54, which no matter what, 70 by 54 is going to be a weaker representation of a cigar than a 6 by 52. Having 1 inch shorter length right off the bat, the smoke is an inch closer. It has to travel inch less. I'm telling you, it's going to hit you faster. Also has an inch less of tobacco to go through. Also, you're going to get closer to the stronger part of the leaf. The stem size is going to be at the cap. Also, with a wider gauge, you're getting more loss, more filler tobacco, and the smoke has to go to more of that. It is what it is. And the more room smoke has, the less condensed it is. And when you condense smoke, smoke in your house, fire, smoking that, you could die. A chimney, though, in a fireplace, you're okay. Why? The smoke has a way to get out to a larger area. Smoke in a smaller area is more intense. I'm glad I smoked this back-to-back days to the Liga number nine. Unfortunately, though, last night was a different size, so I can't say it's exactly head-to-head. So take this in stride, because last night's Liga number nine was a large 7 by 54. And in that case, and also, like I said before, I think the Tabernacle is the stronger cigar. So smoking the Tabernacle the next day in a smaller size in the Liga, it's two things working against it. Now, even if though we had a Liga in the same size, though, it wouldn't start off as strong as this. This is the stronger cigar. This is the original one, the Tabernacle, Connecticut Broadleaf, Mexican San Andreas, Nicaraguan. It is stronger and it's simpler than the Liga off the bat. It's darker off the bat, stronger, and it's heavier off the bat. It's almost like if you like Padron, Mexican San Andreas cigar Maduros, but want a Connecticut broadleaf with a lot of Nicaraguan tobacco, with the Mexican San Andreas wrapper as a binder that allegedly Padron doesn't use. Mexican San Andreas has a wrapper. The point is, though, if you think about it, Padron 26, allegedly, which everyone talked about it years ago, really. And then now it's like, no, 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 it's a Puro. Everyone knew it was Mexican San Andreas on the anyway, so you have Mexican Andreas Maduro on the Padron 26, and then Nicaraguan tobacco. Well, this cigar is Mexican San Andreas binder and Nicaraguan tobacco, just with a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. So I think this cigar, if you like Padron 26 Maduro, but then just want a slightly darker experience, a heavier, slower experience, that's what Connecticut broadleaf will give you. But there is some nice redeemable sweetness on this. Although I wouldn't consider this a sweet cigar at all. What I mean by that is a cigar where it's, a cigar where it's majority sweetness. It has some sweetness to it, some nice milk, slightly dark milk chocolate. It's got that going for it. It's got a lot of spice to it. I'm not saying an ass kicking amount, but a good amount of black pepper spice. Yeah, the Tabernacle is more direct. The League is the more beautiful cigar. So if you're going to go in like the dark broadleaf cigars, Anejo's the most beautiful. Then you would have the Liga, which is stronger than the Anejo, but not as beautiful as the Anejo. So Anejo's not the strongest of the three. Anejo, Liga, and the Tabernacle. If you want the strongest one and the darkest one, get the Tabernacle. If you want the most beautiful one, get the Anejo. Now, of course, all these cigars, as you change the size, especially with that Anejo, if you go really big on the Anejo, I'm not gonna say it totally waters down, but it's not a super strong cigar to begin with. So I would go with, if you could, there's a six and change by like 48 or 46. I think it's 48. It's like a six and a half by 48 though. That's a banger size. You get a lot of time with a 48 gauge, I believe it is, on the Anejo. That's the ticket for that blend. Um, so Anejo's the most beautiful. Liga's stronger than Anejo, but more beautiful than the Tabernacle. And this Tabernacle is the strongest. Now, I'm not saying Tabernacle is bad at all. In fact, it cuts like a knife. It's very direct. I mean, I'm almost full strength right there. I'm not going to call it and say full strength, but I'm almost full strength right there. It might as well be. Because if you're going to start off as a heavy, medium, full, I already know there's 100 out of 100 chances. 4 out of 4 dentists recommend that if your cigar starts off at a heavy, medium, full in the first half inch and it's slow burning and it's made by AJ, you're going to be in for your chocha to be blown out. It's just the way it works. So, is this cigar for newbies? Absolutely not. Too strong, too dark, too heavy, too spicy. And it's too expensive. It's a $12 cigar, Pennsylvania, in your state, probably 15 to 20 with taxes. It's well made though. Of the three, this is the most affordable. So this has a benefit that it is a luxury Connecticut broadleaf that's strong. That at the end of the day, if you said, listen, Liga, Tabernacle, and Nejo, all great broadleaf cigars, they are. This is the newest one though of the three. Um, and the world wanted stronger cigars, and they got it, but it's more simpler. But they just, want a Connecticut broadleaf Magnum. So with that, you're gonna get a loud blast. It's gonna be more powerful, louder. but in a way less controllable. Yeah, and here's the thing, Uncle Larry and Caleb, what's up? It's different if I'm reviewing a cigar, obviously I'll operate a vehicle. I'll have some water, but I'll try to limit it just to what the palate. If you're drinking like juice or a lot of food, there are times for that with a cigar. There's time to drink a cigar. If you're at a celebration like a wedding or a barbecue, and everyone's just bullshitting around and there's so much commotion, and you're putting your cigar down, and you're eating sausage and peppers, and you pick it back up, and you're bullshitting, and you're having a scotch, a cheap scotch, Johnny Red or Dewar's White, then it doesn't matter, because in that point you're either ruining a good cigar, or that's when you kind of have like a knockaround cigar, maybe a lower mid tier price cigar. So, but if you're gonna have when you have like this is a higher end cigar. This is not a bullshit cigar. You get above $10 Pennsylvania, you better be like really a great cigar. Because I can get Padron 26 for 15. Okay, I can get Padron 64 Toros like 15. Liga number nines Robustos for like 14 and change. The Olmecs for like 11. So, um, there is a time when you can have a drink with a cigar that if that's the case, then it's more about the moment. You're not you're only smoking a cigar when that's the only thing you're really doing. But I mean, it's you and the cigar. It is more than enough. Just like when you have puro cigars, all Dominican or all Cuban tobacco. When it's just you and your cigar, it's a puro experience. And that's going to be the best chance to know the cigar. Now, here's the thing though. There may be these people in your life that you don't like them. Those are pairing people or like pairing cigars. There are cigars that you're like, okay, I'll have some food and a Bud Light with this, or a Miller Light if you're not 451, or that's 451 too, or a Jaeger, or a Yingling. You get what I'm trying to say though. So there are just like this mixing cheaper whiskeys and cheaper vodkas are for like mixing drinks. Cheaper tequilas are for mixers. Have a margarita maybe. So cheaper cigars might be better to mix with food and drink. Okay, okay. Um, but higher end cigars, they deserve more respect than that. Like I wouldn't want to be eating a cheeseburger and smoking this. Like have some fucking respect. That's all I'm saying though. Meaning like this is too good to like this. I want this moment to be the end of the day. Look, there's times where you just slamming, but it's just about getting your rocks off. And then when you're done, you're out of there, right? And then there's women you take to a vacation on the islands. You spend like a week together on the beach. What are we gonna do to later? Well, maybe we'll catch a Broadway show. Maybe we'll, play shuffleboard. I don't know. We're gonna play some Texas Hold'em later tonight with the couples we met, and whatever. You're having a classy time, and then you're gonna make sweet love. I always preferred though to make love before we went out for dinner, though. Post nut clarity. Then you go to dinner, you get to read the whole menu. If you go to dinner and the only thing you think about is getting your rocks off and chocha, and you're looking at it and you're like, and your wife or your girlfriend's like, "So what's good here?" You're like, "I don't give a shit. I just want to get the meal, have the dessert, so I can get to the dessert." And you're like, "All right, buddy, take it easy." So if you get the chocha around like after lunch, you can kind of like, yo, the rest of the night, you're like, "I'm good." If you, it's a little more freeing. This is my opinion, though. I think around like 3:30 to 5 p.m. is the best time to bang. My opinion. After a shower, but I'm just saying though, kind of like not at breakfast, dude. If I haven't even had my toast yet, I don't want to clap cheeks. Nobody's fresh at like 6 a.m. It's not right. And no, six to like 9 a.m. Nah, nah. I haven't even had coffee yet. If you haven't, even if you just had coffee, like coffee breath, breakfast. There's nothing sexual about breakfast. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Even like, you flip it around like flapjacks. But I'm just saying though, like, you know, breakfast, breakfast in chocha is not. No, no. Mm, mm, mm. No, I'm at full strength. This is a full strength cigar, and I am 1 inch in. Um, how dark is it? 75 to 80%. That is that. It's on the darker side. That's probably gonna pick up. How's the finish? Long, strong, and heavy. So between the Anejo, Liga, and Tabernacle, we have things going up in darkness and strength from the three. You have Anejo, Liga. The Liga is darker and stronger than Anejo, and the Tabernacle is darker and stronger than the Liga. But then in beauty, we got the Anejo, the most beautiful, dark and strong cigar, but not as strong. Liga's maybe the sweet spot. Liga's got plenty of strength, but it has some beauty to it, but not like the Anejo. And then you get the Tabernacle. Those three across the board, if you smoke all three on a weekend, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, do the Friday night Tabernacle, Saturday have your Liga, and Sunday night have your Anejo. That would give you, I think, the most experience on how to understand broadleaf cigars and the differences. That's my recommendation. Yeah, the Anejo is the most easy to love of the bunch. If we're just talking about a cigar, the Anejo is the winner because it stands the test of time. It's been out even longer than the Liga, and guys still go nuts for that cigar. But it's still available, and in the Fuente line, dude, I could get them. They have them in my shop for $16. It's not that expensive. That's a luxury cigar, you know. Anejos, it's rare to have a balanced, dark, strong cigar. Now, granted, I will give you that. The Anejo was not as strong as the Tabernacle at all. And it lacks some strength compared to the Liga, sure. But it makes it up with a complete balanced breakfast. Anejo is the best one of the three as far as balance of power, strength, and beauty. Really, it's harmonious. The Anejo is the most, that's why I say it's the most beautiful. What is beauty? Beauty is harmony. Do you understand that? Granted, though, society has changed. And I'm not going to say it hasn't. When I say society has changed, they're still making the anejo, but society has also, we've gotten more variety. We have a variety society. And there are a lot of people that maybe like the anejo, but also go, you know what? What if we just get a cigar that's 25, 30% cheaper than the anejo, that's darker and stronger, and maybe 20% cheaper than the Liga? And the Tabernacle is available everywhere. Almost every real shop's got Tabernacle, so it's available because of AJ. It's good quality. It's great quality. There's nothing bad about the cigar. And just because this is the least beautiful of the three, it's also the least expensive, but also it's giving you a lot of strength. If you decide you want power, then get the Tabernacle. That's why I say smoke this one first. You understand a great, strong Connecticut broadleaf. Then graduate to a Liga, and you go, oh, this is still pretty strong, but it's got some more complexity and some other really unique things going on. And then you go to the anejo, and you're like, okay, you just get the stone gets more polished. That's all I'm trying to say. It is so nice having my windows open. Oh man. Oh yeah. Yeah. So what am I getting? I'm getting a dark milk chocolate, a lot of black pepper spice, a little bit of red pepper, a very long, heavy finish. I am not getting a lot of any like charred wood, not yet. And this is the earthiest of the bunch. So that's going to happen with all that Nicaragua tobacco and that Mexican San Andreas. binder. Um, so would this be a good cigar also to age? I think 1 to 3 years on it if you wanted to. It doesn't need it. It's ready out the box. But 1 to 3 years on it is AJ tobacco. Um, it can handle it without being weakened. I wouldn't be too crazy about giving more than a year on the anejo. I wouldn't want like a 7 year aged anejo. I mean, I'd smoke it, of course, but that cigar has less to lose. So I wouldn't want it to lose anything else. And that's just my opinion. Liga, once again, maybe 1 to 3, but mm, I think Liga's fine out the box. I smoked two today with coffee. Beautiful outside. That's fantastic. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, can't, give me it. I won't be able to do it. Uncle Larry. I had I took some. I'll post it. I'll post it next time tomorrow in the live because I have to select what pictures I want to be able to show before I start the channel. Anyways, though, I got some beautiful shots in the Bear Creek today. I love going for walks in Bear Creek, and I kind of caught like the 4:30 to 6 o'clock, like kind of sun going down over the valley. Because even though the sun doesn't even go down to around 7:30, um, in the valley, when you're walking along the river, there's two large hills. Not exactly a mountain, but I wouldn't fuck with that. The hill, it is steep. Like, no one's just like walking up it. You'll probably fucking die. Like, I mean, like steep, jagged rocks, trees going out sideways. And so when you're in that valley, um, it gets darker by like 6 because it's blocking the sun. And that's like sometimes in life. Sometimes in life, you think it's getting dark out and you're going to be alone in the darkness. The sun's going down, it's scary. But if you move to a higher setting, you still got some daylight left. You see what I'm saying, though? So sometimes if you can't see what you're doing, just get out of there. If you, and this is like a figurative. If you don't like what's going on, get out of there. You know, this is a stronger cigar. I don't recommend this for newbies, and I don't recommend this like if you haven't eaten in a few hours. This thing will kind of rock your chocha. It's not like a scary cigar at all, but it's like right below a scary cigar. Like it's a serious strong cigar. It's at the point where it's like it's full strength. And being that it's full strength and it's not as smooth, let's say, as the Liga, and definitely not as smooth as the Anejo. And I'm not saying it's like a rough, dirty cigar, but of the three, and I just smoked the Liga last night, the Anejo is a little more polished. I'm sorry, the Liga is more polished than this, but this is stronger. Um, and the Anejo would take the cake on being polished. Yeah, I think the Tabernacle. I think the Tabernacle has its place. As long as Uncle Larry, you're in the mood for an AJ style Connecticut broadleaf that's stout, and the prices are pretty solid. The thing is, well, what would I rather smoke? The question is between the Tabernacle. I'm sorry, Foundation cigars. Would I rather have the Tabernacle Connecticut broadleaf or the Olmec? Now the Olmec is going to be more similar. The Olmec Maduro to a Padron 26. With I believe the Olmec is Mexican San Andreas and all Nicaraguan. Um, and the Olmec is box pressed. And I don't recall the Olmec is not as. This is a really stout, heavily packed cigar. Like this thing's heavy and dense for its size. So in some ways, I think the Olmec is a little classier than the regular Tabernacle. It's a little more refined. With the Tabernacle Connecticut, if you want a strong Connecticut broadleaf, then it is what it is, and they're both around the same price. Either way, though, you can't go wrong with the Olmec Maduro or the Tabernacle Connecticut. Both great times. Both great times. I don't know what's going on with Geo. Geo's become extremely unreliable. Um, every time he calls me, though, he literally calls me at the worst possible time, like in the middle of playing a song at the piano at the coffee shop, and then I'll call him back. He gets a little like feminine with that. Like if you don't answer when he calls you, he won't answer for like 2 weeks. He gets offended. There's nothing I can do about that, Gio. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Chocha. Cold to smoke, there is a little bit of raw sugar sweetness, which is nice. Definitely, it has the most earth of the bunch. It doesn't have that exotic, sour, pungent, sweet, dark fruit note that the Liga gets because of the Brazilian tobacco, and it doesn't have that really nice, pleasant Fuente. Fuente has the best charred wood note. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when you're smoking a higher end Fuente and you get the charred wood note, Fuente has the best charred wood note. I can't stress it enough. Fuente would also have the best ash of the three. Um, although this is a solid stick, and this is the most simplistic of the three. That a lot of guys, a lot of guys, when I talk cigars, when they talk about cigars, I know, and they'll say, "Oh, I like this one. I had this one. It had more flavor." A lot of guys equate flavor to strength, and you couldn't be further from the truth. The Anejo and the Liga are both more complex with this. Both have more flavor, different flavor than this. But this is the simplest of the three and the darkest of the three, but the strongest of the three. So that this is less complex, but it's pushing what flavor it has harder, and that doesn't make more flavor in a sense. It's like the song is louder with less instruments, so it's more of a rock band. There is a little bit of a dark coffee note, plenty of dark earth, plenty of black pepper, a little red pepper, a nice milky dark chocolate. So it's not like some basic bitch cigar where like all you're getting. Wow, that Camaro sounds evil. Wow, I'm glad he caught a red light. Wow, that guy just burnt half a gallon at that red light. I hope he takes off. I think it's guzzling gas. He put a lot of that. Nice. He didn't take off too crazy, but wow, that was a strong car. Yeah, I'm at full strength. There's nothing else really to say about this. With AJ cigars, they're generally pretty straightforward. They're easy to review, and they're easy to like if you want a strong cigar. I have nothing bad to say about this. It's well made. It draws well. It burns well. The ash is solid. Um, and if you want a 80% darkness, full strength Connecticut broadleaf with enough complexity being how strong it is, it's surprising that it has some of those, complex flavors for being this strong. So I'll give it that. Um, but in that order, I think the Liga might be the sweet spot as far as between the three, between the Anejo and the Tabernacle, as far as having more strength than one and more beauty than the other. However, though it doesn't have the most of either. With Anejo's going to have the most beauty, and the Tabernacle is going to have the most strength. And the Liga is not going to be as beautiful as the Anejo, but it's going to be more beautiful than the Tabernacle. But the Liga is going to be stronger than the Anejo, and the Liga is going to be more beautiful than the Tabernacle. Do you see how I break that down? Now, if you guys don't believe me, but you should, because I know what I'm fucking talking about, and I'm very good at being analytical reviewing tobacco. Um, it's not a gift. I've just been doing it for so long, and especially reviewing this back-to-back nights. I'm telling you, no one's going to tell me that the league is stronger than fucking Tabernacle, or the league is darker than Tabernacle. It's not. This is the darker, stronger, straightforward cigar compared to the Liga. If you zoom out though, all three are great. All three are great. Nothing bad to say about all of them. For zooming in though, then that's what we're going to talk about the differences. You know, they're all great Maduro cigars. I'm going to drop that Asheru. Finish is extremely long. Finish is extremely heavy. The finish is also extremely earthy. So this one's going to kick you the hardest in the nuts of the three. We're just talking about the three. Um, if you zoom out, though, I recommend them all. And they're all box worthy cigars. Find a size that you like, though, because all three really come in. Oh, the Camaro's back. Nice. All three come in multiple sizes. Now, just like the Liga, though, the Tabernacle does come with the Havana, like Havana. I think it's stock cut, more like a sun-grown wrapper. Um, is it a Havana seed or whatever it's called? I forget what it's called. It's got like more of the red band, um, and that's a very good cigar too. Just like the Liga has the T52. So Liga has two varieties in the main one, from the beginning, where Anejo is just the Anejo. Anejo is not changing the blend. Anejo has just a lot of different sizes. The Tabernacle probably would be the easiest to find at the three at shops, because even when shops have them, they're not going to sell out as fast as Liga. And the Anejo would sell out the fastest, but at the same time, it's because the Anejo is the rarest of the three. Oh, Anejo is not a super rare Fuente, but it's rare enough, depending on your shop, they might get a box a few times a year. Or maybe they have a bunch of boxes and they only put out one at a time. If they're trying to cater more to their clientele and they give, one cigar per day per visit kind of a vibe. Now, South Florida, dude, South Florida near Miami, bro, is the mecca of cigars as far as availability with high-end Fuentes, high-end Padrones, and high-end Davidoffs and other brands. Dude, there's just no shortage. They get the most because you figure that shit. A lot of those headquarters, those brands are down there in South Florida, and on top of that, that's where a lot of the owners live down there, and also uh, when they're importing those cigars, a lot of them are probably coming in from down there because coming in from down there by South America, either Dominican Republic or Nicaragua, and they're probably going to come in from the port of Miami. I'm saying that probably, but it would make no sense for for Padron, which is in right pretty much Miami. I mean, it's just a little north of it, but let's just call it Miami. Padron, why would they have the cigars come from Nicaragua, fly it into Canada, coming through upstate New York, and then drive it back down to Miami? I don't see that happening. I'll give you an example of how big the cigar scene. Plus, in Florida, you can smoke a cigar outside pretty much every day. Because even if it rains for 3 seconds and then it goes away. And every day's warm in Florida. Every day's pretty much hot in Florida. And then there's just like really hot. Um, the first time I went to a cigar lounge in South Florida, in Boynton Beach, I hung out with Steve Saka for like an hour and a half. He gave me a cigar. He was pretty lit, and I was late at night. And I got to hang out with Nick Perdomo and his vice president, and met his son. And I got to hang out with Nish Patel. This was in one night at the same fucking place. So, wow, this thing's giving me a little bit of hiccups. This cigar is pretty strong. So yeah, I could say that South Florida is the mecca of cigars. I just can't stress it enough. You get south of Orlando, you're not. There was so much high. There was so much Opus X down there. Like guys didn't even give a shit. And what I mean by that is like even like little regular shops, they would have like 4 or 5 different like size Opus X's. Just like sitting around, and like sometimes sizes I'd never even seen before. Like and and not even expensive. So, but I will. Wow, this thing's giving me hiccups. It's that strong. I will say this that it's extremely humid, and by the month of May till basically September, it's quite uncomfortable. Sometimes smoking a cigar outside. A lot of people smoking in the shade or in a lounge. They have great lounges down there. I mean, some of the best um, per square inch as well. And I found Florida to be a very friendly state with cigars. Walking around with cigars, nobody bothered you. I Delray Beach, which what a magical. I recommend Delray Beach in like middle of February, March. What a magical place. At the nightlife at nighttime, the volume of people there, the amount of beautiful women down there in Delray Beach, just walking around with cigars. Look last year in my review, I did so many reviews just walking around at night, um, near the beach, near the ocean, all the restaurants and the nightlife, and all the exotic cars, and you know, fucking supermodel girls. Um, yeah, I would say Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, is the exact opposite. And I'm glad I experienced it though. In some ways, I like Wilkes-Barre better. It's a simpler place. It's a simple. I have this whole square. There's not one person in the whole town square. Not really nightlife down here. And if there is, they're going to be inside drinking somewhere in a hole in the wall bar. And I'm not judging them. I'm saying it's just a different vibe. It's more of a college town. Young kids going to get drunk at some little bar. And I'm not going those places. I don't hang out at places that are just serving alcohol. I really don't do that. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this guy, huh? Sacco. What's up, brother? Well, we're smoking the Tabernacle. And I really gave a very well educated breakdown of the Tabernacle, Liga number 9, and Anejo. And I hope people learn some stuff tonight. We're going to get to the news because I talked a lot I talked 45 minutes here of cigars. And it's time for the news. What do I have in the news today? Well, they keep on posting women on TikTok. Now, the women are taking these videos. So women on TikTok are posting videos of themselves breastfeeding, which is completely awkward, and I don't appreciate it. Of course, women breastfeeding is a sacred thing, something you do in the privacy of your home, or if you have to do it in public, you put a towel over yourself or whatever, a blanket, and keep it private, keep it classy. But the women on TikTok, and I edited it this way because they'll breastfeed the baby on one side, and as you can see, they'll show the other breast. If you Last time I checked, this is on TikTok, so I can show it, and it says Maternity Health Project. It's the Maternity Health Project. It's a TikTok thing. MHP, the Maternity Health Project. Women are just going topless and breastfeeding one side. You can only feed on one side at a time, and they're showing the other one. Why? Because they're turning motherhood listen, they're acting like whores. This is terrible. This is terrible. Okay, and I know it sounds shocking. Is it really though? But the thing is, though, this is allowed on TikTok and YouTube, where you're like, "Oh, I'm breastfeeding my baby." Okay, but guys, look at this one. Holy shit! Ta-da! Another another one. It's like DJ Khaled. Another one. The women are just like, okay, oh, the baby's hungry, and society's hungry. The baby's hungry, and society's hungry, and I need a new Bugatti. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah. I don't understand what's happened to society, how it's allowed, or just the bizarreness of it. You know what I'm saying, though? Why? Why are they promoting this? 'Cause she's like, "Oh, the baby's hungry." Society? How about you? You know what I'm saying? No, no, dude, they know what they're doing, bro. I've never seen this before. Like, even when they try to put these videos on for whatever society, and they're feeding a baby, but then like to show the other one, this is just gratuitous. That's just gratuitous because the baby's feeding on the other one. Why are they posting this on TikTok? They're like, oh, I'm feeding the future. And over here, there you go. That's for everyone else. But it's okay, guys. It's maternity health project. I can't stress. This is fatherless behavior. When I was growing up back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of people were having a lot of kids. 3, 4, 5 kids was common. And whenever the mother had a child, if she had to breastfeed, she would go in the other room, close the door. You know what I'm saying, though? Or like go upstairs. She's like, all right, guys, I'll be down in 10 minutes. I got to go breastfeed. Okay. And you gave the mother privacy because it's sacred. But now with smartphones and TikTok and fatherless behavior and no shame and no fear of God and welcome to Sodom and Gomorrah. That's right, guys. That's right. One for the baby and one for society. There you go. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? Shampoo and conditioner. Yeah. It is what it is. What do we got next? Well, we got some Indian god of cock. I don't. That's way too close to me. I'm gonna have to move the picture. I don't like this picture at all. They're celebrating some Indian god of cock. I don't even want to go near that thing. And I don't like being near this thing. I don't even want a screenshot of my face. So it was some kind of some kind of Indian holiday, and they're worshiping this cock god with the lowercase g. Now, I don't why would Facebook or TikTok be promoting a cock god? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this, but I am just reviewing it as a reporter. I feel like I don't even know what world I'm living in where TikTok is promoting a god of cock. And not for nothing though. Looking at the size of that guy's hands, that they gave some artistic liberty because that's about it looks like about an 18-inch stroke there, and there's no way with a man with that small hands is got an 18-inch python, but it is what it is. I don't like this picture, and I don't like that thing anywhere near me. Let's go on to the next one. What do we got next? How about women? How about women picking up bananas attached to a dildo shoved up their twat, and they're just swinging the bananas around? This is on TikTok.
Rich,
Sacco, my dear friend, how you doing? All right?
Richie, what's up, bro?
Hey, how's your boss?
Good, man. Good. Still there.
Good. You had a good time. Hey, KB, what's up, buddy? You had a good time with PG?
Yeah, yeah. You saw it. What is that? Is that a good church?
So she's got something up her chocha. She tied a string to it, and
Oh,
she's
oh,
swinging bananas. So this is how she buys, a Lamborghini. You
that's
just
gotta be
swing.
tight.
What's that?
That's gotta be tight.
Yeah, it's
Bro, this fucking thing. I don't know if I should smoke it or fix it.
Oh, and you know what? I talked about that yesterday with PG. I said the most delicate Cameroon I ever seen is the Brazilian Cameroon. It's great flavor, but every time I smoke the Brazilian Partagas, it's a Brazilian Cameroon Partagas. As a wrapper, that is the most delicate wrapper I've ever seen in my life. Would you agree?
Well, it's delicate. I sent you two, and both got damaged, right?
Yeah, even when I was smoking it, some of it started to get a little damaged. Like as I was smoking, it would start bursting. So it wasn't even damaged from traveling, but as I was smoking it, it would burst.
Yeah.
So it's just a very delicate wrapper, brother.
Well, I don't
I,
know if I should try it or just get another cigar.
you're gonna be pissed off, man. And the thing is, it's a great cigar, but you're almost better off just taking the wrapper off. It sucks
Yeah,
because
let me just grab another one. I'll fix this later.
it's just it's very delicate cigar, you know. Yeah, so I don't know. I think they went with too low of a priming. They would have to go unless that. Imagine that's the Brazilian Cameroon Lajero. It is what it is. Yeah. Let's try to guess what cigar Sacco is going to get. I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess Davidoff, but I was going to say Padron. Let's see what he got. All right, what'd you get, Sacco? I was off.
Uh huh.
I guess you were going to get Davidoff.
KB, what's up, bro? Nah,
Are you
make
okay?
it
You're smoking
make
mid. Are you all
make it
right?
simple.
Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten my bonus yet, so.
Sacco, start swinging bananas.
Yeah, I I think that's what I'm gonna have to do the next.
Yeah, yeah,
From
but
the from the peepee though. Oh shit.
you're gonna have to use the back choach.
From the peepee.
Well, this is more videos of women at the gym stretching. Um, is this normal stretching, Sacco?
um, what is normal stretching?
You're right. What if this is the way to stretch? Like,
Exactly.
what if
Yeah,
this is what if this is just the best way? You know what I'm saying? Though.
yeah. So instead of one people stretching or two people stretching.
You, who do you
So
think's
this
having
guy
the?
is like, is he smelling their ass or what? Is that what he's doing all the time?
Oh,
Shelby, come here, bro.
he's not. He's smelling the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's getting the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
He's
What's up,
getting the.
y'all?
Yeah. So the thing is, I've never seen this kind of stretching at the gym before. I don't understand.
I don't think there's probably private somewhere, but not, no, it's not a gym. It's a gym.
Sacco, if it's private, why is there a camera and why is it on TikTok?
Ah, they're making that, you know what it is.
They're making money. They're making.
Yeah,
Hey, they're getting the
yeah,
Ferrari, man. They're getting the Bugatti.
yeah. Shelby, come here, boy. Come here. Let me situate this
Yeah,
down
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, here now.
In other news, there's a new laundromat, and this is the woman that works there, and she'll wash your clothes. I am not joking you. I got a feeling that this place is going to be taking a lot of loads. This laundromat is going to be really popular. I can't put a place on it, but Sacco, there's a new laundromat, and this is how the woman dresses at the laundromat.
Who dares to open the new laundromat?
Dude, I'm being dead serious, bro. It's a new laundromat, and this was an advertisement, for the place, bro. bro. You imagine, bro. Imagine if a girlfriend goes to pick up your laundry and she sees you go in there, man. She's gonna be pissed. You know
Yeah, is this where you're going?
what happened?
Yeah, the woman, like
Yeah,
yeah.
uh,
But
Caleb. Caleb said saggy lips, or saggy tit. What does he talk about? Saggy lips? Caleb, what's wrong
I
with you, Caleb? Are you okay?
I
I
have
mean,
no idea.
I
What does he
mean,
think?
this is a beautiful woman, you know.
Well, I think he said that before that woman.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? This whole episode, I'm already pissed now. What do I got next?
The tabernacle is not good.
No, it's
Is
good.
it? Yeah, is it box worthy?
Yes, but okay. Let me explain.
Is that the same one that Gio was smoking the other day?
Maybe, but maybe he was smoking the Havana. This is the original, the Connecticut broadleaf. So here's the thing. I'm going to break down real simple. Anejo, because the three biggest Connecticut broadleafs could be, as far as popularity, you have Anejo, you have Liga Number Nine, and you have the Tabernacle broadleaf, right? The Anejo is the most beautiful. The Liga is less beautiful, but more strong, and the Tabernacle is the least beautiful, but the most strong. So in beauty, it goes like this: Anejo most beautiful, a
Uh-huh.
Liga less beautiful, and the Tabernacle least beautiful. But in
Uh-huh.
strength, it's like this. Look, Anejo's the weakest, the Liga is in the middle in strength, and the Tabernacle is the highest in strength. So the Liga has got strength and beauty, but not as strong or as beautiful as either or. The Neho is the weakest, but the most beautiful, and the Tabernacle is the least beautiful, but the most strongest and most darkest and most heaviest. So I broke down real simple how to review those three cigars, depending on what you want. So if you want strength, go with the Tabernacle. If you want both, go with the Liga. And if you want the most beautiful Connecticut broadleaf, get the Anejo. That's my review on that.
Okay. So if you have the Anejo, then you don't need to buy none of the other ones.
Well, I would say this though. The Anejo might The anejo is beautiful, but it lacks in some strength, though. But the anejo has really great complexity and beautiful flavor. So I mean, yeah, the best one would be the anejo, in my opinion. But the Liga Number Nine in the middle, that's almost like hits the sweet spot of still being. You love the Liga, and you can't say the Liga is stronger than the anejo. So it depends on what you want.
So Undercrown 10th anniversary or whatever 10th, is that Connecticut too? The broadleaf?
I don't remember if it is, and it might be, and I don't remember. I don't remember how the undercrown works. I know
Yeah.
the Undercrown has some similar tobacco, but it's not the best tobacco. The Undercrown is nowhere near good as the Liga. You can't compare. You can't say Undercrown is the same as Liga. The Undercrown is cheaper than the Liga, but in Pennsylvania, the Undercrown here is like $10, and I can get Ligas for $14 to $15 in Robusto. So I would just go with the Liga over the Undercrown.
But that 10th is pretty good. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
No, no, yeah, with the yellow ribbon. There's nothing wrong with the 10 Undercrown. That was
Yeah.
pretty strong too, though. Yeah, no, but it's a different class. That's a mid-tier cigar. League is a luxury cigar. The Anejo's luxury, and I would put this right in that category. But it's a very strong cigar. It'd be the least luxurious of the three, but and in price point. But the Tabernacle, it hits a point. If you want a strong Connecticut, if you said, "Oh, I want a really strong Connecticut broadleaf," go with the Tabernacle. If you said, "Oh, I kind of want strength and beauty," get the Liga. And you want the beauty, get the Anejo. Depends on what you want. And the Liga
Right.
has both, but it doesn't have as much strength or as much beauty. So I like all three of them. Of the three, which one would I smoke the most? Between the Liga and the Anejo, maybe edging to the Anejo, but the Anejos aren't always available. So if Anejo is always available, and if it was around the same price, it depends. But I
Yeah.
like them both. I like them both. You know what I'm saying though?
Well, technically, Anejo is the same price. It's just gouging.
Well, I can get it nails here for 15, $16,
Yeah.
which is very good price.
How about Opus? Did they have Opus there? Have you come across?
I've only seen opus in the mountain, up the mountain, and I forget which one they had there. And it might have been around like it it was not that it was gouged, but it wasn't like the Florida price of like $19. I just think because Florida had so much opus that here opus is more rare than in Florida. Definitely more
Right.
rare, you know.
Yeah. But the Florida shops, or they're selling like MSRP or gouge the opus.
It depends what opus you're talking about. If you're talking about base opus,
Base
like
regular,
nobody,
yeah.
if base opus in South Florida, no one even gives a shit. There's so much great cigars in South Florida, and they got all the new shit always, and they have a lot of high end stuff. I mean, dude, like the high end stuff in the South Florida shops, like they had the VIP section in the back, bro. I mean, dude, they had they had every fucking anime, and they had a lot of different opuses. I mean, you know, a lot of even the Oscuro, you know, the Stino, the blue one. I mean, they
Yeah.
were, you know, and those ones might only go for like, believe it or not, $25. So that's not that bad in South Florida.
Yeah, that's what it should be, man. I mean, not
Yeah,
even, but at least, not uh,
yeah,
50, $60.
yeah.
Shit.
This guy here, he was an internal affairs police officer, and he kept asking the woman that he worked with. He kept saying, "You have a very nice rack," and he wanted the lap dances at work. So he got in trouble. But
Uh-huh.
guys, limit your alcohol content, eat prunes, and don't ask chicks for lap dances at work, especially if you're a cop. And don't tell them they have nice tits. It's not 1987,
Yeah. Uh,
right? In 1987, it'd be different. You're like, get over here,
1987.
sweetheart. Look at you. Look at the rack on that. Wow. You know what? Me and you tonight are gonna go to Mulcahy's and go grab some shots of whiskey and see what happens. Oh yeah, all right, babe. I'll see you at 7. You
Let's
know
see
what?
what happened.
Make it 6:30, babe. Why don't you get to something a little more comfortable? You know?
Shelby, come here. No,
But
come
dude,
here.
in
Come here.
2025,
Come
don't
here.
tell any woman at work she's got nice tits. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Not in 2025.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not. There is no freedom of speech.
Well,
Hey,
y- I believe 100% freedom of speech, but when you're at work, you fall under a different confine. You actually suspend some of your constitutional rights for your paycheck because your work can have policies. Like, for example, your job can say no firearms allowed. It
yeah.
doesn't mean you don't have constitutional rights, but they could say, for example, while you're working here, obviously he's a cop, but I'm just saying though, if you're working at a Build-A-Bear place and you're making teddy bears, you might not need your Glock. But if it's Chicago, you might need the Glock. You know, I don't know.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That can qualify as a harassment, right?
well, yeah. And
What he did.
speaking of nice tits, there was some protesters in Europe, and I don't know what's happening, but this was on TikTok, so I could show it. And you know, when men protest, it's generally what's called a revolution. Like they reset, men will reset a whole country. Like in 1776, all the men, well, 3% of the men, they got their muskets and they shot the British. And they're like, get the fuck out of here. That's a protest. When women protest, they're like, stop looking at my tits. You stop looking at what? Why are you looking at my titties?
Is that what the protest is about? What are they protesting for?
They're saying Russia and America are Nazis.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand. I'm just reporting the news, Sacco. I'm a news reporter now.
Yeah, news anchor. How's the second camera? Is it working?
You know, look, I mean, it's a difficult job, Sacco, but someone's got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Though
Yeah, I
it's
I,
it's a
I
difficult job.
imagine.
Yes. Also, you know what's also very difficult? Going to prison in North Korea. This man got 15 years of hard labor. I don't know what he did, but he's crying, and they made him go on camera. They found him guilty in like 1 minute. and he's in North Korea, and they're like, "You're guilty, 15 years of hard labor prison." Um, and I don't think you get parole in 7. That's gotta be, imagine going to prison in North Korea and you're a white guy. Oof.
But it's that guy doesn't look like even a Korean.
He's a white guy. He's an American. I don't. He was
No,
there. He was there with some kind of visa. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe school. Why would you go to, dude? Don't go to North Korea. Oh
I
my
don't know
god,
why would people even go to North Korea, man?
dude. He fucked around. He fucked around and he found out, man. You know what I'm saying though? Like North Korea. North Korea is not a good place to play games. You know.
Yeah, they had somebody recently, right? They released him, and he was sick or something. Is that the same guy?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't recall. I don't recall.
Yeah.
Um,
Why
yeah,
the
no, but
fuck you want to go to North Korea, dude?
yeah, no, negative. Never go to North Korea. Um,
No.
what else we got? Oh, we saw that one yesterday. The woman on the plane who's naked. Oh, we already talked about the mermaids. Oh, what about this
Mermaids.
girl here? This girl here is making a political statement too. She's saying stop eating the cows. She's a vegan. I don't think she's a vegan though, because she's eating pretty good. I mean, she's got a pow pow body. You know what I'm saying?
Pow,
She's
pow,
rocking
pow. Yeah.
pow. But Sacco, I don't speak French. I don't know what she's saying there, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, KB saying that guy died. He stole a painting in a hotel, bro. How
Why
stupid!
would you fucking steal a painting in a hotel, dude?
A North Korea, bro, dude,
Maybe he didn't know it was not a Van Gogh.
bro, bro, bro. 15
Yeah.
years of breaking rocks. Ooh, and he died. No, yeah, and I'm sure. Yeah, no, dude, uh, it probably was a terrible time. Yeah. What about Sacco? Do you think that there's no tents in bridges, or? Well, I don't know if it's guys working, but what kind of work could you do on a bridge that would require a tent that long? Maybe it's because they don't want to drop anything on traffic. You know what I'm saying though? But that looks really dangerous. You know, yeah, and maybe though they're going to be there for a while. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, but how would you move the fucking tent? That's in one segment, like one, like what, like maybe 40-foot segment. How would you move that tent? That looks like a lot of work. That's union labor. That's like a 4-year project to like check all the bolts on the bridge. Like we're gonna be here a while. Like, all right, is it month? Yeah, people don't understand. First off, a bridge weighs a lot. Second of all, you got a lot of weight on a bridge. You know how much weight you could have on a bridge? You could have 1,000,000 pounds of trucks. You could have trucks, 100,000. How heavy can 18 wheelers get with the truck and the load? What, 100,000 pounds? Yeah, but there's oversized loads too. There's got some big, right. So let's just say 80,000. Once you get to 10 trucks, it's eight. Once you get to 12 trucks, that's 1,000,000 pounds. It's a lot. So, and it's not like, what if there's traffic and they just sit there and it's windy? You know what I'm saying though? Like, I mean, people take it for granted. You could have millions of pounds on a bridge. I don't know. Mm. Well, I think you turned out okay. You sp- you're smoking Opus X. Yeah. Well, next time, maybe next time you'll get, the BBMF. You keep on freezing. I don't know why, but now I can see you again. You're moving. Yeah. But yeah, listen, you hear in New York City, the crime is so bad. You got to be 21 to get into McDonald's now, and they have a security guard out. Yeah, because there's the kids in New York City are bad, and they're breaking the place and shootings, and so you have to be 21 to be in McDonald's now. It's a nightclub. Ba da ba ba ba. $10 cover charge. You want a Big Mac cocksucker? You know what I'm saying? Yes, dude. That would be the name for the bouncer at McDonald's. His name's got to be Big Mac. It says like Big Mac on his shirt. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, it's Big Mac. It's like 6 foot. He's like 6'4". He's like 475. He's fucking male body armor. It's only meant to stab him. He's just like gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He's got like a fucking steel shield.
Metal detector, man. I mean, if it's just, and then they go to the kids, they throw shit at them, milkshakes, and what's better.
Well, New York City and a lot of the urban areas, there's a lot of kids growing up with people, only moms. And when you have children growing up with no fathers, there's a lot of no discipline. When I was growing up, I
Yeah,
was scared of my father. Were you scared of your father? See, but see that scare of your father, it's a respect, but it's more than just respect because your father could be like, come on. So the
yeah.
father is the first sheriff of a child. It keeps the child in check, and so that way when he grows up, when the father's not around and he's out of the house, he's got a little more respect. You know what I'm saying though?
Like at a young age.
Bro, I was always scared. I was always scared of my father. Not that my father ever abused me. If I was bad, I'd get a smack. But my father, even when I was being good, he would say stuff like, "You better behave, or I'm going to get you new shoes." And he'd be like,
Uh-huh.
"Dad, I don't want new shoes." And he'd be like, "You want new shoes?" He's like, "I'll get you cement shoes." You know what happens? Cement shoes. You know how many cement shoes my father told me he was going to buy? A lot. I mean, from the
Yeah.
age of like 2 to like 12, cement. Everything was like, "You want cement shoes?" You're like, "No, Dad, no, Dad, I don't want cement shoes." And he worked. And the thing is, he worked for the Gambinos in the cement business, so he wasn't like joking around. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, he just like, "You want fucking cement shoes?" You're like, "No, no, 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 no." You want cement? I'm not making
Yeah,
this shit
bro.
up. I'm not. So my father's older now, but I still have that respect. You know what I'm saying though, bro? Can you imagine that now? If you got caught on TikTok telling your kid that, they put you in prison. CPS. bro. You know. But my father wouldn't even have to, my father wouldn't even have to yell. He would just be like, he'd just be sitting there, you know what I'm saying, no, reading the paper and be like, and let's say me and my brother do something stupid, we start wrestling or running around the house. He'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
you want some
Yeah, they
cement
closed
shoes?
few businesses, especially in Oakland.
Yeah, yeah,
JB
bro.
says that they closed the In-N-Out Burger.
Really? That
Yeah.
bad? Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
I
Oakland
guess
is fucking bad.
I guess it's no more in and out. It's just out. It's out and out.
We're out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. What about Five Guys? Is no guys. There's no guys. No guys.
There's no guys.
No guys. No. Yeah.
Shit, man. Yeah.
So no, I think
Like flowers. Fucking Oreo cookies, man.
bro, when I lived in California 2003, I forget what year this happened though. At Ralph's, this guy went into in San Diego. Check this out. You could Google this story. He went into a Ralph's a food store, supermarket with a real fucking katana blade. And he
Uh-huh.
had it on his back and he was just going down the aisles and like chopping people's heads off. Yeah, no, I mean, no, I think the cops killed him, but holy shit, you know what I'm saying though? Like, bro, imagine you're sitting there, you're buying your
That's dangerous.
Cheerios and you fucking see a ninja just holy shit, you know what I'm saying though? Like, bro,
Yeah, yeah.
because in your mind, that's like a crime from 1,000 years ago. Who's still using swords? Like, oh my god, like not even a bow and arrow, swords, you know? Sword, holy shit. And you know what though? That's not the about 7 years ago, you can look this up. In Port Jeff, New York, where I was from, there was a liquor store in town. Nice town, nice. You take your kids out there for ice cream, nice restaurants. And this was during the day. I've went to this liquor store before, and I went there like the next day after it happened. Somebody walked into the liquor store with a katana blade, and he's just pulled out the katana blade. But the owner had a carry license, and he had a 357 Magnum. He's just like, pow, just blasting one shot, one shot that because it was a Saco. It was maybe like a 12-foot wide store. It was a small liquor store, so there was no chance of missing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Though, like, yeah, dude, just yeah, bro. That guy fucked around and he found out. You know what I'm saying? Though, um, how stupid can you be?
No, when you're not there mentally, then it's hard to comprehend because that second, you know.
Yeah. Now here's the thing: California, New York, it's much harder to get handguns if you're a felon, especially. I mean, you can still get them, but like, if you're not connected to the street, you can't just, you can't just go buy one at a garage sale, So that's probably why they use the sword. If you already were, convicted, you can't go buy a legal one. So anyone could buy a sword, So
Was rob the place?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But not anymore.
Didn't go out as planned.
Yeah. Can you imagine the guy? How you doing, sir? Would you like to try some whiskey? We're having a free set. Holy shit!
Eh,
Bro, you know how loud a 357 Magnum is at point blank range in a liquor store?
I
Loud.
don't.
uh, uh, oh, KB says, Sacco, do you remember the McDonald's shootout in San Ysidro?
He's-
What
no, I
happened?
don't. No, I
What
don't.
happened? That sounds like a bad time.
Play every day. So which one? I mean, which one you can keep? You can keep
The worst.
trying to. It was a mistrial today. One of the juries didn't vote yes, so they're gonna do another trial. So the
Oh,
guy was drunk, and then they were arguing about finances, money, whatever, and then he asked,
it doesn't sound like it was an accident,
yeah,
but that's his story, though. You know what I'm saying, though?
this looked like it's not working. The story,
Yeah, yeah, but he'll get a slap on the wrist. He'll get away with it. He's a judge.
yeah.
He knows
Okay.
the law. The fact, would he get charged with manslaughter or murder? Well, there's a big
Uh,
difference. There's a big
no,
difference.
second degree murder, I think. Yeah,
Wow. Well,
yeah,
it's hard, but
they
in a way,
charge
though,
him.
it's harder to convict for murder than manslaughter. So if he says it was an accident, and obviously he's a judge, he has no prior criminal intent.
Yeah.
With the right lawyer, you can say, "Oh, it just went off." But how do they know they were arguing? That's where, yeah, that's where
So
he made a mistake, though. Because come on, literally almost all divorces happen because of financial problems. And most domestic violence happens over money. You know what I'm saying,
yeah.
though? And generally, it's the man saying, "We can't afford this," or "You spent how much? 20 grand on a
Well,
credit card?"
are drunk, you might kill somebody, but you're handling when you're drunk, you're handling loaded weapon. So
Yeah, the problem is, yeah, anything with a wife or domestic, it's not going to look good. It's not going to look good because because at the end of the day, most people, like, I think most juries are like, most men could be like, yeah, I can see him doing that on purpose, because if your wife's running her mouth and like that happens, you're like, that's not an accident. Come on, you know. Yeah, come on. Okay, but let's say it was an accident, right? Why was it? Wasaka, why was it pointed right at her forehead? What kind of accident?
you know, I mean, everybody responsible gun owner knows that you're not going to point. You don't point the gun towards a person.
Because most of the times when people shoot at somebody, they miss. If when and that's when they're trying. So how did you hit someone point blank on accident? I mean,
No, KB, I was bro. 1996, I came to US. Don't remember that one, but remember the Bank of America shooting North Hollywood.
that was that was the biggest one. That was the biggest one. Those that whole shootout, over 3,000 rounds were fired. It's
Yeah.
crazy. That was the biggest shootout of all time. Like, in America, like by volume, as far as like on the streets. Yes, but check this out. So I don't know what happened with the SWAT, but the SWAT for some reason was not in the area, and by the time they got there, they only had and the cops only had
Shotguns.
they had shotguns and 9mm pistols, and
Yeah.
normally that would be enough. But the guys were wearing layers of
AKs.
body. No, but
Yeah.
they were wearing so much body armor that the pistol and shotgun and they couldn't get. It's hard to get a good shot off when they're spraying automatic AKs everywhere. Just spray. I
Right.
mean, these guys were militarized. These guys had training, and here's the thing: they didn't care about going to prison. They were going for broke. So that's like, no, that's like the worst case situation. A guy's really trained. They didn't go with like two magazines. They were loaded like for
Yeah.
crazy. And remember, they kept on stealing new.
Guys should have.
That's what I'm saying, though. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to prison. So, um, what happened was the cops went to a local gun store. They gave the cops AR-15s, and that's how they stopped them, right? But here's the
Yeah.
thing, you know that well, it was an emergency, but guess what happened? The gun store owner lost his license in California to sell guns because he didn't make the cops do a 10-day waiting. No, no, yeah, yeah, forget about the background. Obviously, cops can pass the back, but you have to wait 10 days. Yeah, California had 10 days. This was only in 1994.
Yeah.
California had 10-day waiting period for a long. No, it was 1996 or seven. California had 10-day waiting periods for a long time. You know what they say, Sacco? No good deed goes unpunished. So he got in trouble.
No, but what I mean, what do you do? Just like
Well, I think
close your
I think they
stores?
dropped the charge. But do you know the family members of the guy? So the one guy shot himself in the head, okay, but the other guy got shot so many times by the cops, right? Um, they said it took, I think, an hour to get him into an ambulance because you know how crazy that scene was, and
Yeah.
because they were shooting at everyone. So the family members sued for millions of dollars, saying he would have lived if they would have got the ambulance there faster. This guy, he was. They were shooting at the news
Yeah.
people. They were shooting at news trucks. Everyone chop 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 chop
And
chop 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 chop.
then yeah, the family is suing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they lost the lawsuit though. But
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the lawyer. He's like, "How dare you not provide fast,
Ambulance
ethical."
bleeding, man.
So, like, he shot 4,800 rounds in Los Angeles on the street. They were even shooting at the helicopter. They're like, that's not the point. He wasn't convicted yet, allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to review the cigar. It's going to be a 4.65. It's a very good cigar. Um, It's solid. I can recommend it. It's box worthy, but it's 80% darkness. It's a full strength cigar. It's dirtier compared to the Liga or the Anejo. It's the least smooth of the three, but it's also the cheapest though. So I'm not really knocking it for that. And it's a lot of Nicaraguan tobacco and it's cheaper. So it's not going to have the same amount of age as like the Liga or the Anejo. And then, so it's a great cigar if you want a strong Connecticut broadleaf and you can handle a little bit of dirtiness, a little bit of grit, but it doesn't taste bad at all. But it's the most earthiest of the three. So it's going to be a 4.65, a solid review, a box worthy cigar. It's very strong. I mean, it's hitting me very hard. So it's been full strength almost since the beginning. And that's the
You know,
review on the
yesterday we
Connecticut.
smoked three cigars with PG.
Would you smoke?
Well, first we smoked the Liga, and then we smoked like one Cuban each, and then we smoked the 45th Padron, and then
Holy
the
shit.
yeah, then the Padron
Holy shit.
Padron got PG.
That Padron will get me just the
Yeah,
one cigar. Three cigars?
yeah.
Oh my god.
I was cigared out.
What time did he leave?
Well, I don't know. It was probably 2 a.m. Yeah,
Oh man. PG probably blew out his chocha.
yeah, he did.
Oh man. Well, good for him. I'm glad you had a great time though.
Did you do the Andalusian Bull?
No, that's gonna be tomorrow because I want to smoke that with PG. So I'm gonna smoke it tomorrow. I'm hoping PG. I got this for free today. Free $18 and I had a $20 credit. Free
Oh, you got
Andalusia
another
Bowl. How do
one?
you beat what?
You got another one? I thought you
What do you
had
mean?
that already.
No, no, no. I just bought it today for free.
Oh, oh, there is PG showed up. He's
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Final Padron.
Listen. I warned you about the Padron 44 is more balanced. In fact, I probably like the Padron 44. Maybe is the most balanced of those higher end Padrones. But the 45 is much stronger. The 45. And I'm not saying the 44 is a weak cigar, but the 45 is like really like, and the 46 is strong too. Like those cigars are not playing around.
But yeah, I don't know if there was too much cigars. I just got bored halfway through that. Padron.
Well, you've never been crazy about Padron,
Yeah. I mean,
you
they
know.
were starting to, after a little bit of age on them. Sometimes they're probably if it's like the only cigar, but dude, I don't get transitions. It's just same thing, just goes on and on and on. That's it.
That happens with a lot of Nicaraguan cigars.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Nicaraguan cigars out of the big three, Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan, and throw in Cuban. If we're talking about like general like around puros or almost puros with the, let's say it's all Nicaraguan and a Mexican San Andreas wrap. But either way, Padrones, they're straightforward. If you had a, there's no like starts here and does something else and comes back there. No, Padron is just like it comes in strong from the first puff to the last puff. There's no buildup. It's full force, and that's the way they blend their cigars. So I like Padron for a one and done night. If I'm going to smoke a Padron, I don't want nothing beforehand, and I don't want to smoke another one. When I'm done, that's it. That's my preference with Padrones. Mm. Yeah. No, yeah, Padron is. I can't see. Now I see. Yeah. Hello. Hello, princess. Hello. 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 I love you. Hello. 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 How old is the dog? Wow. Wow. Well, the good thing, the smaller dogs can go to like 12, 15 years, right?
About 15, 16 years.
Yeah. That's
This is
fantastic.
Sako frozen.
Yeah, you've been having little lagging issues tonight. Um,
Maybe it's the Wi-Fi.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I just turned off the Wi-Fi. How is it now?
Yeah, it's
Hi.
better. How about now? Yeah, man, dude, it's nice, man. It's not even freezing. I mean, obviously it's nighttime now, so temperature's dropping, but it's probably still like 45, 46 degrees. It was 65 today. It was beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
Dude, dude, it's been like 0 degrees for 3 months. Like all of December, all of January, and all February in Pennsylvania and New York. Pennsylvania was worse than New York. Well, upstate New York will be different, but it's been like cold and like windy cold. Like so, dude, I'm not even wearing my jacket. You know what I'm saying? No, it's nice. You know?
Yeah. They said that it's going to cool down again.
Well, I don't know. All week is 60 degrees this week, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice.
how much cold? Even if like next week we get some 40s or 50s, I don't care. As long as it's above 32, it's fine. You know?
Well, yeah, your cold is not California our cold, basically, not LA
No,
cold.
dude, no, dude. We had real cold, but I
Yeah.
haven't had the heat on. I turned off my heat on my house 4 days ago. Nice.
Oof.
No heat. Turn that shit
No
off.
heat. How much was your electricity bill?
Well, okay. I just paid my water bill. My water bill was $39. Um, my electric bill was like 19.
Damn, Bo.
Yeah. Now my heat
That's
bill, my gas bill was the most. So that I paid that last, 3 weeks ago at the beginning. It was like 90 something dollars. So, and that was high because January to February I had the heat on like every day at night. I would put the heat on around like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and in the morning I would turn it off. But it was cold. It was cold.
yeah.
So my next
73 in Vegas, nights cold.
so my next bill for the heat probably would drop down to like 60 or 50. You know what I'm saying though? And then
That's
by,
what
by and then by the next one, um, It probably get back down to like almost nothing because I use the gas for the gas heats up the shower, and the gas is for cooking. So I'll probably get
Yeah.
back to around 20, $30.
So in the summertime, there is no need for AC.
I don't have any AC in my apartment. I'll probably get a fan. I might need an AC, but I'm gonna wait till the
Yeah,
heat is no big deal, man. Dude, I got like 15 windows in my apartment, so I got no big deal on that, bro.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I have a lot of windows, so.
Windows are nice, but
And I
if
got big
you know,
windows, so I'm not, dude. I'm not worried about that, bro. I survived Florida. You know how it is in Florida in the spring and summer. Basically, there's no spring. It's summer. Right? As soon as March, like by like middle of March in Florida, it gets really hot, bro. Like
yeah,
April, you're cooked. May, you're really cooked. June, July, and August, you're fucking dead.
forget about it.
You're dead. It's just like, bro.
And the humidity.
Oh, dude, this, and it was like the hottest. Not just the humidity, but every day in Florida, like in July, was like 105 every day and 100% humidity. It was just
Ooh,
like
that's nasty, bro.
bro. You go outside, you just like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
can't even freaking smoke a cigar.
Well, I made it through it. I mean,
Bro,
still,
that shit was like the New York was the same shit when I last went there. It was so terrible. I was like fucking sweating like a horse, dude, nonstop.
yeah, but nothing's like Florida humidity, bro. And I was right on the ocean. It was real. If you think New
Yeah,
York was humid in the summer, man, like Florida was more humid and hot in May. And when did you go there in the summertime?
I think yeah, it was June or July, sometime. Yeah, sometime the. It wasn't
Hold
that
on.
hot, like per se. It was like 90, above 90 something.
I'm
Under
gonna have
100.
to, Sacco.
But the humidity was so fucking bad, dude.
PG asked me a very simple question. Richie, did you already talk about the comparison of the Liga and the Tabernacle? I'm gonna
Only
break it
20
down.
times.
Okay, you're gonna have to watch the video, but for PG, I'll say it again. Real simple. Ready? I'm gonna say it in 1 minute. Here we go.
Ready? Let's do
And I'm gonna
this.
throw. I'm gonna throw in the Anejo. You got the Anejo, Liga, and
Happy.
Tabernacle. They're all luxury broadleaf cigars. Now let's talk about price. Anejo and Liga similar in price. Now, depending what gouge, Anejo could be higher, but still, I've seen Ligas get $25, $30 in New York or more in New York. But statistically, Anejo and Liga around similar pricing, and then Tabernacle is going to win in the price. Now let's talk about the cigars. The best cigar is probably still going to be overall the Anejo. But let's talk about beauty. PG, the Anejo is the most beautiful of the three. The Liga is less beautiful than the Anejo. The Tabernacle is the least beautiful. So it's like this: Anejo, Liga, and Tabernacle in beauty. But let's go with strength. Anejo is the least strongest. The Liga is stronger than the Anejo, but weaker than the Tabernacle. Tabernacle is the strongest. So Liga has strength much as Tabernacle, and the Liga has less beauty than the Anejo, but the Liga has more beauty than the Tabernacle. So if you want strength and beauty, go for Liga. If you want the most beautiful, get the Anejo, and if you want the most strength and the cheapest, you go for the Tabernacle. That's the breakdown. They're all great
There you go.
cigars. They're all great cigars. But between the Tabernacle and the Liga, I would probably still go with the Liga overall because you get more complexity and more beauty and more sweetness. But if you want more power, more earthiness, more darkness, more heavy finish, and more straight to it, full strength from the beginning, then you're going to get the Tabernacle. So that's the bottom line. That's how you break it down. The
So
Tabernacle is the
what other
strongest.
cigars do we know with the broadleaf wrapper?
But but those really are the big three: Anejo and the Liga and Tabernacle right now is like the biggest cigars with broadleaf that are well known. You know what I'm saying though? Um,
Right.
what other ones are really well known broadleafs that would consider like luxury cigars? Um, Tell me.
I don't know. Does CO has any?
Oh yeah, but those are going to be
Broadleaf?
mid tier. Those are going to be mid tier, and those are going to be cheaper. So we can't compare those. We're talking about luxury cigars.
Yeah.
He says he
Yeah, I
likes the
don't know.
strength, not the beauty. The opposite. But that's the breakdown, though. Yeah. Now, of course, though,
Okay.
if you go with um, a real skinny, like almost like a Lancero Liga, it could get a lot stronger, but it's still not going to be as dark or as spicy. The Tabernacle is more spicy and more earthy. The Liga, I think, has great balance between the two, but I still probably love the Anejo the most, but I really love the Liga though. The Liga, the Liga is a great. You love the Liga is a very usable blend.
Yeah. Liga is one of those like go-to blends. When I'm confused and don't they can figure out what to smoke,
Yeah,
I just grab a Liga.
no, Liga is a great time.
Yeah.
So that's the bottom line. Is the Tabernacle still a great cigar? Yes. It's very affordable, $12, Pennsylvania MSRP. It's a really great cigar. It's strong. I think it'll be good to age 2 years, 1, 2 years if you want, maybe three, because AJ cigars age very well. There's still a lot of power. But for MSRP in Pennsylvania, I could get a Nejos for $15, $16. So I would
So
probably go with
who was the first to do the broadleaf? Liga
that. I
or
know. Oh,
the other one?
the Nejos been out for like 20 years, maybe more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they always use the same wrapper, I
Yes, and
assume.
Here's the difference. The Anejo only comes in one blend in many sizes. The Liga comes in, well, the original Ligas came in broadleaf, and then you have the stalk cut Habano, the T52. The Tabernacle has the broadleaf, and then they also have the Havana Court. So the Tabernacle, they kind of have two wrappers like the Liga. But since then, the Liga has the new one. I think it's Corojo. They have the H
H
the
H99.
99.
Yeah, and then the what is it, Ratzilla?
Well, yeah, that's still the Liga number 9, which is a different size, and I think it's a little tweaked. I think the Ratzilla is a little more potent. And I like the Ratzilla.
Haven't
Uh,
haven't had that one.
yeah, so the league is solid, man. The league definitely has more street cred than the Tabernacle, but the Tabernacle is still a great cigar. And if the bottom line is, if you want to save money and get the strongest one, or if you don't care about the money, if you say I want the strongest one, it's going to be the Tabernacle. So it depends on what you want.
I think I prefer more like beauty than strength. See, like PG, he prefers strength. I prefer
Well,
beauty.
and
Beauty.
I'm just comparing those three because those three are available. They're mainstream. Everyone knows those three cigars. Now, like the 601 Espinosa broadleaf is mid tier. It's lower price point, and so it's going to be more dirty. But it's a great cigar. But that's you talking about. You can get those in Florida $8, $9, so it's cheap. Uh,
I think
um,
Firm sent me one of those
did you smoke it?
601. Yeah, he sent me like total like 17 cigars without labels.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I miss Big Firm. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah. What can we
Rest
do?
in peace. Rest. Well,
People get
hey, listen,
busy.
man. People come and go, and that's it's they just disappear. Rest in peace, Chewy. Rest in peace, Cap. I don't
Yeah,
know what happened. Rest in peace. Rest in
I
peace,
don't
Dream
know.
Life. Dream Life. Rest in
Uh,
peace, wherever you're at. Rest in peace, AP. I know AP's still around. The guys still see him, but hey, it is what it is. God bless.
Notorious.
Notorious. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying though.
Yeah. Oh man, so many of them.
He says, "What size tabernacles you go to?" I had the Toro. He had the double Corona recently. Yeah, look. At the end of the day, the Tabernacle is a solid, strong, um, uh, broadleaf cigar. But I think it's limited because it's a AJ cigar, and it's more about strength than beauty. The Liga is more dynamic. The Liga is the better cigar. Now, if you want more strength, get the Tabernacle. Period. The Liga has a real unique vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Though the Liga has a really unique,
It's just different. Yeah, I mean,
and it's one I'm not mad about the Brazilian tobacco. It hits it. It makes it kind of a little weird, but it's good.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's the break line. That's the bottom line. the For me, it would be the Nejo and the Liga, but the Nejo and Liga is very close. And the thing is, the Liga is more available than Nejo. Sometimes you can't find a Nejo, you know. So,
I mean,
but PG,
it was
yeah.
Liga was hard to find a while back, but now they're available.
But that's the crazy thing about that. How are they making so much Liga?
Well, basically, there's this video that talks about the broadleaf that they grow. So basically, it's in Connecticut and it's a small plant. It's not like 6 foot plant, you know. So they
Yeah,
use like the top two, like medio tiempo leaves for that
yeah,
blend. And the guy was saying when you have like seasons that is too cloudy, so the tobacco doesn't, it doesn't produce thick leaves basically.
yeah, yeah.
So it's pretty much the weather. If you get better weather, you get better tobacco for Liga. So I'm assuming either they got more land growing more tobacco, or the weather is suitable to produce more.
Yeah, but bro, yeah, obviously, Drew Estate has grown a lot since it first came out
But this
because Drew
video,
Estate was a
this video is like about 11 years old. So
right. So what I'm saying is Drew Estate has grown as a company. It's a lot bigger, so they got more
yeah,
money, than even because when that first came out, when Ligas first came out, it was like a high end Fuente. It was hard to find. They would
yeah,
sell the
exactly. It was
boxes
hard to.
again.
But do you think they compromised the quality or?
I don't see a compromise in the construction. The flavor seems pretty solid. I can't I can't compare. I will say this though. When you were talking about yesterday, the older Ligas I think had a nicer looking wrapper on it. I think they were more oily. You know what I'm saying
More
though?
oily, like it was better burning. I mean, I remember that, for sure.
So the thing is though, are they going with maybe the original Ligas were stronger, because so maybe they're using a lower priming that they didn't normally. I don't know, because the bottom line is I see Ligas now in like a lot of sizes,
Online,
a
man,
lot.
yeah, there. I got a advertisement on the one you were smoking yesterday.
Yeah.
754, and it was kind of like cheap. I don't remember who was it from, but yeah, they're widely available now.
Yeah, big crack rock is that big crack rock? That's his name. He's saying he bought a box of the Tabernacle. No, a Tabernacle's solid, but it's not some crazy blend where you're getting like real a bouquet of like beautiful flavor. It's straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Though so yeah, I haven't tried that HVC, but there's nothing wrong with the Tabernacle. It's a solid cigar. It's a strong cigar. Um, I enjoyed it. Um, but I would take for me, I would take the Liga for like $3 more. I would go with the Liga over the Tabernacle. That's just me though. But I'm saying that's my preference though. But I believe in my heart that the Liga number 9 is still the better cigar. But as far as the original Ligas, maybe they were better. But it's too late to say that because how could I say that from like when did it come out? When did it come out? Like when did Liga come out? Over 10 years ago, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Over.
over
Yeah.
10.
I'm talking about this video is 11 years old, and the guys were saying he was saying that like last past 6 7 years they had a like slow crap. So we're
So
talking about 17
may-
18 years.
maybe it came out 2010 or something like that, a long time ago.
If
And
somebody can look it up, maybe.
yeah, it was. And also, I'm not saying I tried it in the first year because I did. Back then it wasn't like with the smartphones, the internet wasn't like now. So I don't
Right.
know if I even knew about it when it first came out. And um, I remember when I finally did see it in the shop, I don't think I had it till, like, I'll be honest, it might have been, like, I didn't have it till, like, 2015. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, me
Because,
too. Me too.
because
Sometimes, yeah,
I think in the beginning, it was very hard to find. You know what I'm saying,
yeah.
though?
And that's when I paid like $30 for a robusto.
Yeah, because it's not like now where there's so many new blends. Like 15 years ago, it wasn't like every month we're like, oh, a new blend, or a new. I mean, the cigar community has grown in leaps and bounds. You know what I'm saying, though? And and honestly, 15 years ago, when I was hanging out in the lounges in Long Island, bro, most 95% of cigars in the shop were low to mid-tier cigars. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because most guys were just smoking, if they were having a really good day, oh, I'm gonna have an Ashton. That was the king back then. Not even Padron. Like, but there was
But
15
not
years
even that.
ago.
Like back in the days, about like what, let's say 20 years ago, right? Like uh, when you are like walking to the freaking because there was more people at the lounges back then than today. I mean, in my experience, and everybody was smoking cigars, and the burn was wonky, and then the construction was like fucked up. I don't know if it was the humidity of the shop
Well,
or it's
no,
just
also I think, dude, I've hung out of those cigar shops, bro. Back in the day, most guys are using the biggest fucking torch lighter and they're cooking their fucking cigars. They don't know what the fuck they're
yeah. And then
doing,
like you
bro.
had to keep and then like especially the dark cigars, the Maduros, you had to keep the
Yeah.
light in one hand and then the cigar in the other.
The guys were smoking big, cheap cigars. Like, for example, 15 years ago, you know what was like the number one cigar in stores? You had the Rocky Patel Edge, a really cheap, like $4 cigar, dirty cigar, but they were $4. So, and guys
Yeah,
would buy two of them and hang out for 3 hours. Also, no, it was a huge cigar. Fuck, the La Gloria Cubana Series R back then.
yeah, yeah. The
That
black,
was
yeah.
and 6x60 Maduro. That was like $6. And like also the St. Louis Ray G Maduro. Remember that?
The
The St.
particles
Louis
had the
Ray
same black, right? The black, like
part
La Gloria Cubana,
Partagas Black was more high tier back then. That was like,
right?
oh, they got. I'm telling you, it was a different world. It was no Atabay for $30. Like
Yeah,
when
it was
Atabay first
different,
came out,
dude. It was different world, like totally.
dude, I'm telling you, bro. If guys were celebrating, they were gonna smoke an Ashton like Heritage or VSG, and you're like, holy shit, a $12 cigar. Whoa, my god, you know what I'm saying though,
Yeah,
dude? I remember buying cigars for $3 to $5 in Long Island 15 years ago. Like, if you wanted Monte Cristo, you're like, oh, $8. Oh my god, you know what I'm saying
yeah,
though? Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I remember
it's
the Cohibas were like $20. You know,
well, that's
uh,
California. Cohibas back then weren't that much. I mean, they might have been like 14 to 15, but that was
yeah,
really expensive for its time. But Cohiba Black back then at a lounge in New York was still $15. I mean,
yeah,
that was a lot. I was like, what are you crazy? I mean, I'd have it occasionally, but then the internet opened up everything. The internet, and AJ was great because he made a lot of cigars for really affordable pricing. My father originally, all my father's cigars were under $10, $8, $7, and like the Bazoo and the Opulencia. Back in the day, even before that, they had other just the regular my father. Um, and there was another brand that I didn't really like, but they're really cheap. Nicaraguan cigars. Oh, what's the name of the brand? Um, oh man, they were really dirty. They were so dirty, and they were like $6, and guys would go nuts. I'll have to get the name. I can't even remember the fucking name of it. I never liked that cigar
oof.
though.
You're not talking about Oliva, right?
No, 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 no. The Milano V was really popular like 10 years ago, like maybe a little more than 10 years ago. Like when that came out, that was the big shit. Um, and Padrones just guys, slowly became well. People changed their smoking habits. People Here's the thing: as prices of mid tier went up, like for example, when like $5, when mid tier was five, but then mid tier became 10, then guys were like, okay, well, Padron was 14, so like then it was kind of like the mid tiers went up a lot back then, at a certain point.
Let
So
me know.
it kind
Yeah,
of made people change. Well, everything got more expensive. Life
yeah,
got more expensive. You know what I'm saying though? So it just you know.
yeah. And then the cigars change, the culture, whole cigar culture change,
Yeah, I
and
also think a lot more younger guys go too. When I first used to go to cigar lounges, like 15
Yeah,
years
I
ago.
remember I used to smoke like shitload of A. Chapman and
Yeah.
uh the other one. Fuck.
Um, hey,
H
Chapman,
Punch.
Hoyo,
Punch.
Punch,
Punch.
yeah, Hoyo.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, dude, when I used to go to lounges like 15 years ago in Long Island, it was really only old men hanging out. And then as the young people came in and started smoking more, it was more like hip brands and boutique brands. Like, for example, like what's that guy Caldwell and all these other boutique brands started coming out.
Illusion. Yeah.
Yeah, Lucion,
Illusion.
yeah,
Uh,
Aganorsa
fucking,
cigars, and those were like 10, $11. Like, wow, it's getting crazy. So,
yeah.
and then it just everything just changed. Everything changed. Um, but this when all the mid tiers started getting dumped on Cigar International and like Cigar Bid, when that came out, when you were able to get five Cohibas for like $30 on Cigar Bid, that crushed. There's no reason to buy mid tier at a store, so guys would buy the mid tier online, and when you go to a lounge, you might as well get a $15 expensive cigar. Does that make any sense, Sacco? Because you're not going to
Yeah.
buy a $10 Romeo at a store when you got them online for $5 on a bid. So in a way, the online stores they crush the mid tier at a lounge. That's my opinion because
Look at
you,
that.
you're gonna look at that and go, why would I want to buy like back then spend $12 for Monte Cristo when I get them online for $5? Because there was
Motherfucker.
oh shit, like Padron and Davidoff and Fuente never negotiated online. So it was just a different.
Look at that lump.
What are you
Oh,
gonna do?
fucked it up the opus.
Oh
There you
man,
go.
why'd you do that?
I was gonna take care. I wasn't gonna smoke the label.
What are
What
you
am I
gonna do?
gonna do? It's not my fault. It's fucking like
I'm gonna blame you. That's your fault.
yeah. Yeah, go ahead, blame Sacco.
Well, tomorrow we're gonna smoke the bull. I'm gonna start early tomorrow night, guys. I'm gonna try to start around 9 p.m. Hopefully, PG will come around. Hopefully, we'll see PG tomorrow for the bull. Okay.
PG
I'm
has
gonna
a
let
bull?
Yeah, I'm gonna let this sit out tonight on my table. No plastic. Just let it breathe
Yeah,
all
that
night.
one needs some time.
Yeah.
But
So well,
I thought you had that for a few days now, man.
no. I talked about it. No, because I had the credit at the store. I had the free cigar. So that's it with that. But
Nice.
I think I'm gonna call it Sacco. It's time. I'm gonna go home,
All
and
right,
it's
bro.
one. It's 1 in the morning, and
I'm
everyone
innocent.
everyone stay fresh. Don't go to jail. Oh shit! He can't smoke at 9 p.m. Well,
Uh,
he, well,
how about
PG.
how about 9:30?
Look, no, no. He's saying Wednesday. I can't wait to Wednesday, my friend. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry, PG. PG, I wanted to smoke this tonight, but I
Wednesday,
didn't.
bro. Hold on. Today's Monday.
Yeah,
PG, you're day ahead, buddy.
yeah, PG.
Tomorrow will be Tuesday.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's it. Tomorrow, dude. I was such in the mood to smoke the bull tonight, but I saved. It was kind of late, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to start that late. But so that's that, man.
Yeah.
So that's that, bro.
All right,
So on that
Richie.
note, man,
Take
Taco,
care,
you stay
guys.
fresh, stay out of trouble, all right?
All right, brother. Good night,
All right, take
y'all.
care, man. God bless everyone.
See you later.
Peace out.
Yalla.